Welcome in. We are over at the new bar. It's getting very close to being opened. I think we're about 2 weeks out over here. Had a big staff training this morning, which was really exciting. So that's a little quick update about our new location in Park Circle. Today we are picking a barrel of Woodford Reserve. Another one to be really excited about. I tend to say really excited every single time, but it's really exciting. And I always get pumped up when we get to do this, and I think everybody does. It's definitely the most fun thing we do. We've picked a barrel of Woodford once before. We were able to team up with Joe Forsberg over on James Island. I was fortunate enough to go to that pick. Reid was not able to go to that pick, so lucky me. Yeah, I think it had something to do with a kid and a kid. Yeah. But it was a private dinner. Everyone who was picking in the state went to the dinner. It was Citrus Club downtown, so it was a lot of fun. They had us up in the private room. It was a cool dinner, but that one was pretty unique because Chris Morris was there. He walks you through the sampling, which is a pretty unique experience. It's pretty easy to get wrapped up in how good everything is when the master distiller's there. That style was a little bit different. They bring you everything batch proof to the dinner. You get to try each expression batch proof, and then you blend your 3 different samples in 3 different ways. The end goal is you're trying to pick your barrel by combining 2 barrels. So you combine barrels. It's a truly unique thing. It's really, really unique. You're going to get something that's one of a kind by combining 2 barrels. It's an awesome experience. You get to proof everything down. A lot of fun. This is the other way they do it, which is really interesting to do as well. It's called kind of a batch experience. So the distillers get together for the barrel proof program, and they essentially want to create 3 distinct profiles that they think best suit Woodford Reserve. So today we have a batch A, a batch B, and a batch C that are already proofed down to 90.4, which is the standard proof of Woodford Reserve, and which is what it would come at. I like that they do it like this because you're not going to make an error proofing down. You're not going to get too caught up in the barrel proof expression. You're going to get the most true representation of what we're going to get when it comes to the bar. All about it, yeah. So this is going to be exact. This is going to be a big neat pour whiskey. I mean, Woodford is one of the most, if not the most popular bourbon in the whole world. You see it everywhere, but it's going to be a cocktail whiskey too. So how can we use this? How can we create something one of a kind that's ours, and what can we find in these barrels that'll be unique to us? So we've got 3 samples in front of us. We have 1 control, which is our standard Woodford Reserve that we just picked up. So we get to see the difference between each batch and what they're trying to do. I think the best thing to do is to kind of walk through them one by one, each of us at our own pace. Kind of just see if we can pick something different about each one, and then when we come back to like that second round like we normally do, I'll go through what the batches are designed to be. So there's some distinct flavors they have in each batch that they want you to find, but it might be more fun for us to just kind of try it blind a little bit, then come back, really see where our flavors line up, and then go with of those batches within them, what they're going for, which one's the most unique to us. So if that makes sense. I don't know if that was too rambling.
There is a wrong answer.
There is a wrong answer for this, even though Woodford alleges they have 212 different flavors, which is incalculable.
We'll find
But
I'm looking for 3.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm looking for 1. Delicious.
Yeah.
But this will be really fun. This one's going to be really straightforward and cool, and I'm excited to see if it really lines up from what they're trying to express to what we taste, because that is extremely difficult to do. So let's just take our time and maybe go through it, and then we'll kind of go from there. Anybody else have anything to add, or should we just get started?
Giddy up.
Yeah, let's do it. Sounds good.
Oh, I guess not. Crazy.
I'm just glad. I mean, I love doing barrel proof. It's fun, but it's so much easier to find flavor when we're drinking at 90 proof than when we're drinking at
not just making it up as we go this time.
It's just like there.
I think this is the first one that we've done where we can say like this is going to be as close to what comes.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah. There's not going to be any shifting really of anything. So it's what we pick is
For sure.
We don't have to wonder like, is it going to be exactly on?
No, I know. That's always pretty stressful to me. Like, we'll go through the whole thing, and then when it comes in, it's like, hey, why did we pick this one again? And then we'll open it and remember it instantly, and it tends to be pretty accurate. Russell's Reserve is pretty interesting because no matter what, you're not going to know until the bottle shows up because they change that fruit versus what you get.
Well, it's a good thing we went to Whiskey University, so all the good people had to trust us.
I know.
6 years to get a 4-year degree.
Like 20 for you and me.
Are we talking about our flavors, or we're waiting?
Oh, you can say it. Yeah, I feel like we should talk out loud about it. I definitely don't want to turn it into a quiz. I fail all quizzes.
That third one's nose is way different from the other two to me. The other two are a little bit similar, but that one's almost got like a soft, like sweet candy nose on it. No, see, in comparison, just the nose on all three. So
malty.
I got like,
Dude, I get that on a lot of Woodfords.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
But I feel like that would like just malted me in the face.
I got you. On A, you're talking
on
about?
C.
On C.
I haven't gotten A.
I'm about to pick C up right now.
I'm saying just going on the noses across the board. Like I got similar like dark fruit type feels on the first two, and then the third one is like that, like almost like a vanilla powder, like a light.
Yeah.
What do you have, Caroline?
Don't forget control.
Oh, I know.
Control.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Control. Cheers to control. Yeah.
Cheers, y'all.
Caroline's had a very stressful day.
I'm stressed all the time.
Yeah, she's very stressed out.
That's my life right now.
Yeah.
She had a class of 20.
But I couldn't be more excited.
I noticed how I raised my hand to ask questions.
There was a lot of hand raising today.
I spent my time in the kitchen discussing water drains. It was lovely. Not to mention that
my
conversation.
day was way more fun.
That conversation was over in like 3 minutes, but it went on for 25.
That was everything tends to
Talking
do
with
around
someone
here.
God knows where about computer problems.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, control.
Yeah. There's still plenty of each sample too, so if I didn't pour you enough, just let me know.
Fine folks at Woodford,
Oh my God.
give us good rations.
Oh, indeed.
I'm getting.
Well, I mean, all of them are spicy. I wouldn't say like all of them, but Woodford always has that rye hit. And I get it in all of them, so it kind of checks it across it. That first one, whatever, is still leaves that lingering taste.
Yeah.
But it's got like
that
a
rye maneuvers in
it's
between
got
the
like
other flavors.
It's got like a fruit to it or something. I think.
Which one are you saying?
A first one. I'm trying to put a finger on. I'm kind of like the first time I just sipped each one of them and didn't really know what I was doing. So now I'm actually trying to do it.
It's like dark fruit.
Dark, yeah. And then so just talking about finish, you go from A to B. B is like super chill. Like after when it sits on your tongue, it's just like relax. I think that one's both like a little bit more oaky or something like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't have so much of that aggressive rye finish to it.
Literally wrote less spice.
Yeah,
Like that's
it does. Yeah,
it's
it's
softer.
super mellow. So like that's gonna be a hard one for me, right? Because that if I was sitting around, my dad drinks Woodford, by the liter. But if I sit down at his house and drink it, that's what I want it to taste like super chill. Because I know I'm about to have 6 of them. So I don't need it to like hit me every time. Like no, I'm about to drink a lot. It's nice and smooth, and that has that finish.
Do you cube it when you're with your dad?
I'm usually the one who's not. I'm usually the only one not cubing it.
You usually do everything.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like when I get to the 3rd or 4th one, I'm like, somebody put some ice.
Somebody
Somebody put ice in. Hey, put some water in it while you're at it because I'm getting a lot of looks. from the kitchen table right now.
I'm Johnny Hammersticks over here.
Throw some pineapple in it.
Dude, yeah, I know.
Speaking
It's
of
almost like not even part
pineapple,
of the
tropical
game,
fruit
which
wise,
is
I'm getting
usually
like
my favorite thing to
papaya
look for. It's
skin
like
on the
color.
nose.
I swear, every
Yeah.
time the darkest one's like, I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. It's so much
And
better.
a lot of raw almond for A.
raw almond. I'm
Yeah,
down with that.
like green raw almond.
Yeah.
And kind of piney. I'm not saying
I got
what
some
you
greeny,
like.
got some earthiness.
Yeah. Uncured wood.
Uncured. Toasted.
I'm not sure. I know what
Very
it tastes
lightly
like.
toasted.
Very lightly toasted. Is like, we're all over the place. Where are you at? You keep going. I got something to say about C, but I'll wait.
I'm getting a lot of maple and warmer notes on the nose on C. But then when you sip it, it almost like is very transformative. I think it's really dry and really spicy for
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
on C
It
for
is.
the palate versus the nose, which I thought it was going to be completely different than the taste.
Yeah. It has a really nice nose on it. It's
Yeah.
kind of malty and it's kind of like, I get like some sort of like more of a nutty flavor on that one. Like I almost feel like I get more of like an almond flavor here than A. I don't know why.
A little graham cracker.
I don't know. That's why we hired Caroline. She's in charge of really telling us what things are supposed to taste like. We just say, well, this tastes good. This tastes bad.
Not many of
No,
those.
I don't know. I get like some sort of nuttier flavor on the last one. Maybe it's something different.
That's my favorite.
Maybe it's a toasted almond versus a raw almond.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Control groups.
Does anybody have any almonds around? I can try one real quick. Yeah. We should have stuff like that in the future, like just random things,
Some
especially if we
bowls
know.
of coffee beans.
And there's definitely chocolate living in somewhere in here too.
There's somewhere.
And I'm trying to remember which one I got more of it on. The first one or the third one for you?
I get a little bit more of the sweetness on the third one, actually, for me personally. Just,
Let's keep trying.
The sweetness, yeah.
it's that just a little hint.
Yeah.
Three definitely has
Yeah.
a little bit more spice to it than two does. One has the most spice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Number one has a lot to me. Do you think it has less to you?
I keep on thinking C is the spiciest.
I know one thing. I'm never in my life gonna say, "Oh, this one should be pretty easy again," because I think we're all about that disagree on everything.
Which one do you guys keep on going back to?
I haven't had that yet. I
Still
like
narrowing
I like all of them a lot. I find I kind of tend to side with Mark a little bit on that first one, having the most like lingering finish. It's all that normal anise or cardamom, or if there's something like that that's like going on there for longer. And then B is like super chill. Neat pour, B. Like
Right up your alley.
for me, it's like if you're just sitting around drinking Woodford, you could drink a lot of Woodford if it tastes like meat. It's super chill to me.
Today's that day.
Yeah, it might be that
And
day.
we have.
But it's that one. That one I think I get the most oak out of the three.
The B?
B. So I always side that way. I think I get. I don't know. Like the sweet is pretty mild, and the rye is kind of like mute at the end, which is kind of weird. Like I taste it when I first sip it, but then it kind of disappears. But I think it's because I keep trying it after A, and A's just seems to have a lot more of it. Maybe I need to like mix up my.
I was gonna say,
my
go
strategy,
C to
like
A.
C to A to B to control to high life back to this.
I like
I wonder what most people are doing on Wednesday.
Working like us.
At 3:19 p.m.
They're working
I'm
just
doing
like
my
us.
job.
Yeah.
I showed up for work.
Yeah.
I like B. I feel like it's like when you're making caramel is the like point right before it turns to essentially burnt sugar and the caramel of what it is. It's like right before that, which is nice. Like soft and still earthy. Can't forget about that papaya skin now.
Papaya skin. The skin of a papaya. My God. What does the world come to? I bet you in the 212 flavor color
That
wheel,
is not in there.
I bet papaya skin isn't there. So
The
let's make it
outside, not the
official.
inside.
There is 213
213
flavors in
I
Woodford
found the
Reserve.
one. I found the one. It's not. There are wrong answers.
Even when I was cheating, I was like, nobody will blame me if I put that one.
Yeah.
Teacher's gonna get mad.
Let's call this halftime. I think that I can go back to let's go to the program and see which one each one's designed to be, and then we can drink through it again. And I don't think I got a feeling we're not even going to eliminate one. We'll just sort of like all come to some sort of consensus. Yeah. And so then we'll talk after I read about this. Yeah, after I read about it. Yeah, it's just money. After we read about this, I think we'll be able to talk about cocktails, and I think cocktails will help be the breaking point on this. Yep. And so it's going to be hard for me because I think I know what I would pick, and then I think that is the absolute one to maybe not pick for cocktails, or maybe everybody else can have a different idea. That's pretty cool. So, let's talk about batch A. So batch A is designed to be spicy, with dark fruit character. So sharp medley of brown, savory, and green spices, complemented by papaya skin.
You liar!
No, I'm kidding. It doesn't say that. Dark cherry.
I just jumped out the chair.
Dark cherry, dried cranberry, light hints of caramel and vanilla. Caramel and vanilla just live everywhere for me. I have such a hard time. I have a hard time not saying that every time. I try to get more creative with what I say, but I'm like, I look for rich caramel. I look for that maple nose, and I look for that oaky, super just awesome finish. That's not I like a high rye bourbon that's got a lot of char. You know what I mean? So it kind of goes from spicy to just it just chills. It melts in your mouth.
The Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson. So that's what I like. I love that. Now that's it can be kind of basic, but I do. All right, batch B. You ready for batch B?
Yeah.
Batch B is wood and sweet aromatics. Is the goal here with this expression. Oak, tea leaf, dark sorghum molasses, burnt caramel. Oh man. Skin of papaya.
I'll be damned.
I'll
The
be damned. Mixed with light hints of smoke, dark chocolate, and apple. That's where, remember I said chocolate somewhere. I just couldn't remember where I tasted it.
We also had the cheat sheet.
Yeah, I did have the cheat sheet. But I read it 2 days ago, and then I kind of forgot. And then even, look here, if I read this 5 minutes ago, it wouldn't matter whatsoever. My memory is like this.
I've gotten one in A and B so
Got
far.
five flavors.
Kind of proud of
that.
myself.
That's
all
those things combined. That kind of
Yeah.
woody, leafy.
Yeah, I always felt like this was the
liked your
oak
notes today.
one, and I always felt like this was the chill one. It's
that one.
super dope. I love dark chocolate in general.
Yeah.
And so I think
Just like you were
that's
saying,
where it was.
sipping
bitter
at your
but
dad.
sweet. Yeah.
It makes me like that one.
This is Christmas Eve, right?
Exactly. I was about to say what comes out in that is cold weather.
Santa.
Cold weather
Yeah.
sipping.
Out of the chimney.
I drink. That's what I drink Christmas Eve. I do every year, and that's what it tastes like. That tastes like the best version of that I've ever had, personally. For me. But everybody's got their own connection to those.
It's like you just finished sledding with little Jimmy, and you
Yeah.
come inside and sit by the fire. And
Sit by the fire. Start
Nice.
some
No
sort
joke,
of
though.
start some sort of
You're making
family
me sad.
argument.
Come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. Let's
Next
get
thing you know,
started.
mom's not talking to dad. Dad's passed out.
You're walking out of the house with the bottle.
I'm walking out.
It's all.
My wife's the
ham is on the ground.
Just the look of shame. It's Christmas.
Some real Norman Rockwell stuff.
Like I told you, this holiday stresses me out. So batch C, you want to talk about batch C for a second. The goal here with batch C is sweet, nutty, malty. So soft, smooth, notes of oak, mild chocolate. So I kept saying I get chocolate, and I felt like I would drink 2 and then 3 of there's chocolate. I'm tasting chocolate. So I do get that out of both of those. So I will
And it says
say,
it on both, you said?
yeah, it says it on both. I just felt like it's not here at all in A. And then I would drink, and I was like, there's some chocolate going on somewhere, because I think it was here to here. Now I don't know which one I'm getting more of it. That's why I'm excited to go back. And then see, all right, this is what they were trying to do. What do we like and what do we get out of it? Also pecans, light hint of toasted coconut. I didn't get a ton of coconut personally.
But we were talking about toasted versus raw. I was
trying to say it was a toasted almond. That's close enough.
But that's the one too that I was saying, that nose, everything that you said, that plays big time on that. That soft vanilla, that one has the sweeter profile.
Yeah.
It almost has like the sweetness of like a weeded, like.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, like a weeder. Yeah, it's like super chill. I don't know. I mean, so let's sum it up a little bit. I mean, so let's go back to the spice. We always talk about spice. Spice is rye. That can be cardamom, that can be cinnamon, but that can turn into like a minty flavor too. I don't think we see that minty here, right? I think it's all more on that baking spice side, which is pretty common in general. There's a couple out there that are pretty unique, but we'll talk about them another day. That's kind of there. Now B, when you see the word tea leaf, you can flirt with spearmint there. I think when you come to a flavor profile, like when you taste it, but I don't get that. I can see like a black tea flavor maybe a little bit to me, but it's not like that spearminty. I'm down with that. But anyway, let's talk about the spice level. I mean, I've felt like, you know, A was the spicy. I know that there was a debate over that. So my question, what I'm trying to get to is spice, how much of that is going to be a factor in this, right? So how much of a factor is in a cocktail versus a neat pour? Because to me, I'm always going to go with balance on the neat pour. But when I'm talking about cocktail, I can be talking about something completely different. So not to put you on the spot again, Caroline's been heading up, being our cocktail program manager. We're really excited about it. We're going to have a really, really exciting cocktail menu when we open this bar. It's a lot more than we've ever taken on before, but that's why we came to her. We wanted to do something different, and we wanted to do something unique. So, is there something unique there? You know, if you don't have that answer right now, let's pour some more samples and let's get there. But I want that to be like the big topic of balancing, right? That all right, what's nose, what's palate, what's the pour versus where it's going to live in that drink, because we are going to be cocktailing like crazy with this.
You hit on something really well before we started going through the actual written flavor notes, and I think that me and you might fall into the same category on this, where it's
I know which one I'd pick.
yeah,
Right.
but for this particular, for picking Woodford, I feel like there are multiple cocktails that this is going to end up being in. So
Yeah.
I think that really has to be something that comes into play. We always say, you know, will this cocktail with, but this one, I feel like more than a lot of other ones that we picked, it has to be something that's considered heavily, because honestly, without revealing like any picks right now, what I'm leaning towards, what I would lean towards drinking as we're drinking now versus what I would lean towards cocktailing with are two different things.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Reid, do you need any more batch A? I think you're
I
right.
could use.
I think
I'm
You're good on A right
C.
now? You need some more C? Do you need A?
Can I try a little more B with like a full?
Here's C.
Sir.
They say it on the front, so
Oh, I
we'll
like
screw
that.
that
B.
out. Yeah,
Bottles are so
this is B.
but
Those are cute.
This
Can
one,
we keep
this
those
one more
bottles?
than anyone so far. I feel like
I got a home for everything.
versus my cocktail.
It's totally different. Yeah, it's totally different. But the point of the cocktail conversation is like, well, what cocktail is it going to? You know, and I mean that's the crazy thing too.
So can you come up with some recipes real quick?
Yeah.
for this?
So on the fly here,
Yeah, no problem.
write me 4 cocktails. You know, that range spicy, bitter, sweet. Not savory. Is that a thing?
Just off the top of my head,
Yeah.
we do have a slated position for our Woodford pick because of what we love about Woodford in general, and it stands strong with other strong ingredients, and that's going to be the placement for premiering soon here at Park Circle.
Yeah.
But I think leaning in not the total spicy, because we want the other ingredients of what I'm imagining. Maybe a take on a Boulevardier. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe.
Maybe.
Add a little other.
Maybe there's some like extra bells and whistles and twists and turns to what is coming to a Boulevardier soon. But I think I know what direction I'm leaning cocktail-wise. Should I say it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'd like to Reid, do you have anything you'd like to say? I'd love for you to do it. You're good. This one's tough. You know, it's good. There are a lot of similarities across them.
Yeah.
Maybe we go through them again for a minute. There'll be some cool epiphany. Andre's gonna have like some radical music, and it'll be like us like in fast motion, like going crazy, and then we'll get to the good part. think we need to.
How come we still don't have scorecards?
So
We
when
should
you just
get
said that,
some- we
'cause
should get some
I was
sort of-
just about to say what I'm doing for this one is one to 10 rating on all of them, but a 1 to 10 rating for cocktail versus.
Oh yes.
So like both of them are gonna have 2 ratings for me. I'm like going through them now and saying like this is what I rated for a cocktail. This is what I rated for a deep pour.
4.3.
But we only get one.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying that
Oh, yeah,
can
yeah.
compile the highest score, combine them the
Yeah.
two.
All right, you're the math guy.
Cue the soft quarantines.